Today, on another note,
there are some persons who are calling, or I should say trying to debunk the transatlantic slave trade. They're saying it never existed.
To me, it's disrespectful, and I need you to have several feet.
There are many levels to insanity. This is one.
But what about people like actresses and actors that all children want? Do you think that they're good role models for all children?
What we don't do, especially our culture of people, is we don't let our children make choices. We make them.
We are talking about losing your hair.
Where your edge is at?
Behavior change gets you your hairline back.
So they just say ain't nobody got time for that. Welcome back to On Another Note, not your average talk show, which is what you're watching. Ladies, how y'all feeling?
Feeling good, feeling good.
Really hot right now.
Looking great too. Your belly full from this morning's breakfast. Big up to Horizon Catering. Thank you so much.
Yes, lovely. I had a cucumber sandwich. It was so refreshing. Did any of you have it?
I did. I was kind
It
of
was like
scared.
refreshing. Yeah, it was actually really good.
I might actually start making those.
It was really good. Okay, bring them next time. So, I'm gonna start off today talking about what I don't know. I don't know if it's hair so much, but if you know me, then you'll know that I am very much into like history and culture and that kind of stuff. So, what I came across is that there are some persons who are calling, or I should say, trying to debunk the transatlantic slave trade. They're saying it never existed, that it's impossible that all those people, millions of Africans were taken on boats over from the West Coast over to the Caribbean and what have you in the other Americas, and that in fact, the people, the black and brown skinned people that you have here in the Caribbean and the Americas today, it's that they came from North America, and that they're really Native American, that we are Indian. I guess what you would call Indian, but not Indian, but Native American.
Like they really thought this process all the way to the finish. Like
They're like the flat earthers.
But no, but that's the thing. It's a lot of people though.
this is what I was gonna say. Is it the same people?
No,
Flat Earth?
no. Flat Earth is more Caucasian. But the people who believe in this are, black and brown skinned people. They say they do not call themselves African. So when we talk about freedom from slavery and what have you, they're like, no, that's not me. My ancestors did not come from Africa.
I mean, I do think that it's true for some black people. I don't want to call us colored, but I don't want to say African American. But I do think it's true for some black people. Not all of us were slave heritage, and that is the truth. But to say that the transatlantic slave trade didn't happen, I mean, that's nonsense. Yes, it sounds like, it's impossible for that many people to be transported. But if they really read the history, they kept them in factories while the ships went back and forth. So the black people, the slaves, were in these factories working, doing things. They kept them there while they transported them. Oh, you need more men on Cuba?
For hundreds of years.
Yeah.
For hundreds of years.
They kept them in factories working, so we need to be, we weren't there, but we have to look at the train or the train of events, the chain of events, that happened over the years and just make sense out of nonsense. Some of it just seems very logical to me.
That's what I want to know. How did it come up with
very
that theory?
logical.
Well, that's what they're saying. They're saying that it's just impossible that many people, and then they said those are the worst waters to traverse. The waters between the Caribbean and the west coast of Africa, that those waters are always filled of storms.
It's true. Which is why we lost so many people. Yeah, it's true.
Right, but they're saying no one would try to even traverse it because it was just so difficult a journey. And then they said in terms of how many people.
This is one.
Right, and they said in terms of how many people were on the ship, and then they were like, and then it doesn't even make any sense because Africa would have had that many people, and why wouldn't they have risen up against the ones who
sold
were
each
trying to
other.
enslave and what have you. Which is they have some points, you know what I mean? They have reasons for right.
But even today in our black society, we do things against
Each other.
in
They
our
sold
favor
each
or for
other.
money for whatever. This is nothing new. Like, I mean, it happened back then. It happened
This
now.
is why we
It's no
refer to
different,
some
just taking a different
colored
form.
folks as Uncle Toms
And Oreos.
not the Oreos,
Oh.
but the Uncle Tom's thing reference is like a sellout. You sell out your brother, your
It happen on a daily
fellow
basis, and
countrymen.
it doesn't even
to-
matter
for a
color
pro-
because white, black in between. It's just nature of humans, people.
I think I want to make reference, since we're on this topic, to the fact that it's oh Lord, this year marks I think the 700th year of since slavery began, and something like that. And in oh gosh, why did it slip me? It's a Western African country, and they're celebrating it, and they're asking.
Ghana?
Is it Ghana?
Well,
Is it Ghana?
they do a lot
it
there
is
in Ghana. Yeah.
It is Ghana. So they're asking for. Oh,
I know what you're talking about now.
getting it?
Yes,
You
yes.
see
So
the
a lot of
girl.
celebrities
I'm
are
having a
doing it
moment.
as well.
Exactly.
Yes, so they're going back home.
Right, they're going
Yeah.
back home. This year is the year to come back home. So they're asking for all persons of African descent, Caribbean or American. They're asking for you to go back to Ghana, because Ghana is like that central location where a lot of the slave ships left. And they take you through the actual port that they left, and said that the port has a lot of chains or shackles on the bottom of the sea from all the Africans that leaped to their death because they did not want to go on a boat. To prove that these people left from there. And it has a door that says the door of no return. And they actually put something on the other side of the door to say the door of return, to welcome everyone of the diaspora to come back. And to teach you your roots, and because like they said, a lot of us come from the Western Hemisphere of Africa. We descend from there.
Indeed.
So it's so rich, and they have discounts on flights. Like, I'm even trying to go.
So what you say on another note, going to
And
Ghana?
then go to Ghana and tell these
take
people
it to
to
Ghana.
listen down by the river, go home, and embrace your African roots, or embrace African if you don't want to embrace your African roots.
I was just
Embrace
gonna say,
African roots.
Everybody except for the people who says it was a lie.
Because
Yeah,
it
pretty
makes-
much. I'm sure that's a minority. Right?
They are Indian, but we are West Indian. We refer to ourselves as African Americans. We're not. We're
Who
actually
refer to themselves as
we
African
don't.
Americans? No, sir.
We're not African American.
An American school
because
like
it has become the general
We're black.
term for all black people.
black.
So everyone, no matter where you're from, say, "Oh no, I'm African American." No,
No, I'm
Big up
just
to the
black.
African Studies Club, who every year they do a wreath laying ceremony. I'm gonna big up Elder Trant, Elder Gil Trant, Chawande Uhuru, Art Christopher. They keep the tradition going. I love it. I go every year. We dress in all white and just remember.
Yeah.
Because I was just reading the Igbo people in Georgia, how they committed this mass suicide after they had an uprising. And, they pay homage to it, and Caribbean people pay homage to it. So for people to disregard that the transatlantic
Slave
didn't
trade era
happen,
happened,
is, to me, is disrespectful. And I need you to have several seats.
Thank you.
Several seats. How dare you disregard somebody else's history? Don't come for somebody else who didn't call for you.
Don't come.
I think it's time that we say Facebook conversation. Hello. What do you think? Do you think the transatlantic slave trade existed? Are you willing to share that you don't think it did? And share some information. Educate us. Why or why not? Okay?
Yes, so on another note, with our highlighting local entrepreneurs and inventors and creatives and amazing people, where today's episode is all about kicking it with Kyra.
Oh my goodness, I love her.
And if you're not kicking it with Kyra, what are you doing?
Exactly.
I love that. I love what are you doing? So Kyra
Wait,
James,
let's spell it out for the viewers.
like water. Oh, I say water, but water.
Yeah. Water, WATRUYEW.
So Kyra James is a local Virgin Islander, and she has this web series called Kicking It with Kyra. I think she was doing it for like a school project, to my understanding, and then it just like the one episode about, I think it was it Virgin
How we do
Islands
it in the
dialect?
VI, yes.
How we doing here? I think that one. And then she has this other one with the rate or vote on which tart is your favorite. And she always talk about coconut tart and anything else is irrelevant.
That was her Christmas special.
But she keep bringing it up like, it's like, I'm thinking about tart, how many days left? We're thinking about coconut tart, how many days left?
And she had one where her Alexa wasn't working.
And it was T-Ron from Rock City. That's it. It was T-Ron. She's brilliant. And her colors, her colors are popping. She's like, she wanted to do communications, but then she ended up in the graphic and directing and recording, and she started doing green screen. And you'd be amazed, she's doing it on her phone, and her laptop. And I think she herself was surprised when she got all these viewers and attention from her series with all the, like thousands and thousands of viewers. Yeah. So big up Kyra.
Big up Kyra. I
loved kicking it with Kyra.
Yeah, I loved over the Christmas. I don't know if you guys realized she actually made her own wrapping paper. So she had it printed, factory printed, and I thought that was awesome. So Kyra, make sure that you have wrapping paper available for birthdays. The same wrapping paper for get it sold in BVI and on your website, because I thought that was awesome. And that is a BVI product.
Yes. I actually want to make my caricature, please. Kyra,
And Kyra does have also, she started, glad you said that with the wrapping paper, she started selling her own line of things, her hats, her t-shirts, her positivities. So you can still, I think all those things are for purchase if you just go on to all her pages, her Facebook page, her Instagram page. I think her website should be up now too. It will be Kicking It with Kyra or KWK or KW Kyra. So just check her out.
Yeah.
I know she'll just probably be screaming, oh my God!
I love her. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and you know what? I haven't met her yet, but she just seems so authentically herself. Like she doesn't come off fake at all. Like she's the kind of chick that I would want us to invite here,
Oh my goodness. She would shut down the show.
Literally kick it with
Kyra.
Kick it with her.
What are you doing?
If you're not, what are you doing?
And I think people like Kyra, and we've mentioned before in the past, Akeem Leonard or Reza Empress, or even us in this element, like starting your new initiatives and being, brave enough to just do it. Because sometimes you're thinking like, well, who's going to study me? Who's going to actually watch my show? Who's going to pay attention? How will I garner the same views as all the people that I follow? Who's going to give me 10,000 likes or views or subscribers? And these people, these Virgin Islanders, like we're doing it. We're garnering or gathering the views, and we're getting public feedback, and we're getting attention that we didn't think that it was possible for us to get. So
just
big up to all of us.
And doing it with BVI centered content too. Like it's not.
That is important.
Because people say BVI, where is that? Jamaica? No, it's. We're in the same area, kind of ish, but we're not there.
Yes, this is the age of content creators. Big up, Kyra. Okay, we're gonna take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
But what about people like actresses and actors that all children want? Do you think that they're good role models for all children?
What we don't do, especially our culture of people, is we don't let our children make choices. We make them.
We are talking about losing your hair.
Where your edge is at?
Behavior change gets to your hairline back.
So they just say ain't nobody got time for that.
Inair invites you to indulge yourself in artful designs, exciting colour palettes, and unique styles through our affordable decor pieces and beautiful home designs. Enjoy the ease of browsing our online store for that perfect complementary piece for your home or office, or have one of our talented consultants work with you to transform your room into a masterpiece. Take advantage of the expedited shipping and personalised customer care. Your dream home awaits you. Envision, create, transform.
Shavanda Naturals, handmade natural products made in the British Virgin Islands. Our products are sourced from natural and sometimes organic ingredients. Shavanda Naturals is the perfect gift for your loved one this season. Try our hair and body butters, natural handmade bar soaps, lip balms, shampoos, conditioners, oils, pomades, and scrubs. Also available for wholesale to hotels, bed and breakfast, as well as retail markets. Call us at 443-5404 or send us an email at shavanda@gmail.com.
Welcome back to On Another Note. Ladies, looking beautiful as usual.
Thank you.
Big ups to Umi. Beautiful by Jasanay Duo Collection. You got our bag. And of course, she likes VI.
Yes, of course.
Okay, now this is probably the part of the program where you're going to need to get something to drink. You're going to need to turn on your AC if you have one. Turn on your fan because it's time for Hot Topics with Light in the Air with Queen B.
Thank you, my sister. How many times have we heard from our parents, keep from bad company? And now that we're parents, we tell our children, keep from bad company. But what about people like actresses and actors that our children watch? Do you think that they're good role models for our children?
Give us an example.
So you often hear role models talking about or doing things like, for example, smoking. Sometimes they engage in certain behaviors like Kim Kardashian, let me say, she's been married 3 times. And there are other things that the things that they do that we tell our children do not do, but then they are watching them. Do you think that they are good role models?
Okay, this is...
Do I think I'm a good role model? I mean, my child ain't gonna know Adriana, 20-something-year-old Adriana. She gonna know.
She's gonna watch the show, Adriana. What is wrong with you?
By the time she could comprehend what's going on, all right, now going on is that's mommy, that's you, that's mommy. Ain't nothing else going on.
They said 20 years. Oh no, 20-year-old, but she's gonna.
Like she's not gonna know me in this capacity unless I tell her my experiences. And I think no better teacher is experience half the time because you could tell them whatever, don't do that. And until they actually feel it is when they'll really go, boy, I should have listened to mommy and never do that again. Hopefully it's a situation they could say that.
But like Bertha was saying, are the celebrities that they're watching bad influences on their lives? And I personally believe that there are a number of celebrities who are bad influences because the things that they sing about or activities that they engage in,
why are you watching them?
Things that they dress in, it is bad influences for our children, and it is stuff that we can't pry them away from. They are in the public sphere. Unless you don't have a TV or you don't have a radio, your kids are going to be exposed to it. But our job is to teach them ethics. Mom of 3. I have 3 very different children at 3 very different age levels. I have a teenager, I have a preteen, and then I have one who's way below the rest of them. So that's 3 different levels. So my 7-year-old is exposed to Cardi B because my 13-year-old is dancing to Cardi B music. I can't stop it. And what I try to do is make sure that I am teaching my children responsibility. You get to listen to what you want to listen to so long as I get to listen to it first and make sure that it's approved music or TV shows or that kind of stuff. But I am going to talk to you about why I don't think that's a great idea. But I'm going to let you make the choice. Because what we don't do, especially our culture of people, is we don't let our children make choices. We make them. How many times did our parents make choices for us? You ain't going there, I say. You didn't get an opportunity to choose. So I am teaching my children that no, I want you to learn how to decipher right from wrong, and you will make bad decisions, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm. And two, we have to make sure we let our children know what you see on television does not necessarily represent what that person's real life is. So you can't build a whole life on what you see on social media or what you see on whatever television show.
100.
That person is having a real life off camera. Yep. So as a parent, you have to let your child understand the difference. This is not real life. This is what you should, this is what they want you to see.
100%.
This is a perception that they want you to have in your mind, but you're the one who's supposed to actually give them that ethical response that you should have. Yeah? I don't necessarily
there's a
feel like
song
it's good or bad.
I think it's Cardi B or Nicki Minaj. I'll get it wrong and you'll correct me.
I like it like that.
is the song. Cardi B. So what I did was, my daughter was listening to it. I went and I found the original I Like It Like That, the Spanish song. Yeah. And I played it for her so that she could see. I said, baby, the music is not, new. And I want you to hear where it has come from. So when you're hailing these moments, let's go back and look at, and I've been doing that with a lot of the music that's coming out that we know is not original, because I want them to see what music was like then and what it's like now. And I think it's a great way for us to show the influences, She's singing some things in between, I Like It Like That, that is not very good for you to be listening to at 13. It's really bad. It's going to make you sexually conscious. It's going to make you inquisitive. Behaviors that you shouldn't be inquisitive about, but I need you to make a decision.
I agree.
So to me, your best role model is your parent, because the parents need to stay woke. When you have, seriously, like when you have all of these things that your kids are watching, you are the filter. And sometimes we get really tired, we get really busy, and we don't want to do our job. But the truth is, you are the rightful first and primary mentor for that child.
But you know what I say though, like this, you mentioned Cardi B, and you know that song Bodak Yellow. I never listened to it around.
Spanish, what?
That one. I've heard the
If you want to, these expensive, these is red bottoms, these is blood issues. Anyhow.
Oh yes,
my daughter came home rapping that. I was like, but I don't even play that song.
I heard the Christian version
but
too.
You know how she's hearing it is because when she goes to school and during break time, the other children are sharing these kind of things with her. So then it makes me look like I'm and I don't play that kind of music around my children for that same reason, because they don't understand that kind of stuff. It gets me hype, especially during my workouts and what have you. But it's something that I wouldn't choose to, so. Can I just, ask other parents, please, help us out, since you're calling on, yes, we are the role models, but it's also important that other parents take a note out of that.
Which is why I think a segment like this is so important to have, because, really, we're all moms here. Every last one of us has a child that we have to go home to. And as parents, as Caribbean women, as Black women, it's important for us to use a platform like this to say, look, here are some restrictions. Here are my tips. 1, if your child has a mobile phone or an electronic device, I suggest you put parental controls on that. That's number 1. That will help to make influences. 2, let's be honest about conversations. Let's just have the frank conversations about a lot of the things that are happening so that they are exposed. And I believe we're running out of time. So the third thing that I would suggest that we do is make sure that your behavior, your attitude, your lifestyle mimics what you want these children to know. Exactly. We can't live a lie and then ask them to be the truth. It's impossible. Yeah. And with that,
and the point on role modeling brings me to my point, the health note. We're going to talk about hair. And a lot of times, kids, you're looking at your parents, and even the smallest one would be like 2. I want to be like my mommy, right, Adri? I want to be like my mommy. So when your mom wears weaves, heavy hair, not saying that that's bad, but your kid then they actually feel like they don't like their own hair, right? So that's something that we need to pay very close attention to. So we're going to switch from that talk with hair. We're going to talk about losing it. So now we know
losing your mind,
losing your hair. We're talking about hair. We are talking about losing your hair. Okay. So I know that you guys must know at least one person who you've seen, but you notice that their hairline is receding. Even if they don't notice it, the front part is getting more and more thin, and every time you see that person,
it's gone. It's just like, where your edge is at.
Exactly. So I want to mention about this version of this type of hair loss. Is called traction alopecia. It creeps up on you. Okay, it happens from the styles we love doing, the ponytails. Not hitting on y'all with the ponytails. I have a ponytail on too. But hair what? The tension that we but the tension that we use to style our hair, that's actually what's causing the problem. So when we actually have these styles that pull, and any style that you can actually feel, I call that a symptomatic style. Yes, braids and weaves, and then this new era of wigging,
Lace
where we
front-it.
use the glues. And then when you have to remove the glue and you're not removing it in a proper way, you actually remove your hairline. So you start to see that the front part is like you see the line. We actually notice that there's a clearing right after that line. So we call that line in front the fringe sign. Then there's a bald spot, and then your hair actually starts.
Wow.
So you have to be able to pick this up early, because believe it or not, when it just happens, it's reversible. And to tell you the honest truth, it doesn't even require medication. Behavior change gets you your hairline back.
So I can start wearing all those wigs then.
Well,
Right.
April, I don't think you wear anyway. You own a wig?
I do have one. I've never worn it though.
You don't need to start. But the whole point is, nothing is wrong with wigging and ponytails and braiding. The issue is tension. And we are now having an epidemic with black women, and especially black women. I'm pointing in that direction because we have the habit of the wigging and we have the habit of the braiding. And the issue is, I actually have some persons would talk to me about their hair. I'm watching you with a tight style in, and you're like, losing it, but doc, it's not tight. It's not tight. But I'm seeing the little follicles popping out around the braids.
Wow.
You see the eyebrows go up like this too.
It's not tight.
Listen, I have to be very frank. We had a couple episodes back. I had that ponytail. That pony, it was killing me. It was killing me as we wrapped. Kapoof! I couldn't do it. It was supposed to last the whole week. It had a comb in it. And even though it wasn't the glue or whatever, the comb was stuck right here. I won't be wearing that no more.
And believe it or not, repetitively doing that behavior, what happens is your hair follicles get tired. They will drop out every time you do that style, and then each time they come back, their growth phase is shorter and shorter and shorter until they don't come back.
So they just
Then
say,
you-
ain't nobody got time for that.
April, I was gonna say that.
My
Your
clients
headline is
can
that
tell
we ain't
you.
got time for this. We out. Peace.
Yes. And that's actually how I explain to my clients. Like, your hairline was saying, like, yo, I tired of you.
I sick
don't.
of it.
Like, period. So the thing is, you have to be proactive, because the issue is some of these types of hair losses become permanent. And then you become, you actually start leaning on prosthetic hair. I call wigs prosthesis. I feel like if you don't need to use a wig, if you have a full head of hair, you don't need to use a wig every single day, because the damage that you're causing with the glue, one, and you're not taking care of your hair health, two, so you're getting brittle hair as well. You don't need a wig all the time, but after you've gotten to the point where your hair is completely lost, you're now using a prosthesis. Now, there's another style that I would say I'll jump on the hairstylist for this one, not necessarily the client or not necessarily the person. This part where you're losing the center of your scalp, the crown, it's not the one that's obvious. So what happens is you start off with an itch, it's painful, sometimes it's a bump, then you see a little bit of clearing. Your hairdresser should make sure they let you know the center of your scalp is actually thinning, instead of camouflaging and putting all kind of things there. Like, sending you early can actually save your hair. Now I know a lot of persons who have thinning in the crown, and it's called scarring alopecia. It has a long fancy name. I'll say it, don't panic. Central, centrifugal, cicatricial alopecia.
I just had a heart attack. Thank you, doctor.
Do we need a paramedic?
Central in the middle of your scalp. Okay, central, middle of your scalp. Centrifugal, it spreads out. Cicatricial in medicine means to scar, and alopecia means hair loss. But the issue that I am having as a clinician in the field of dermatology is I get you to a point, but I can't get you back to 100% of your hair. So the issue is, I'm bringing this topic up because I actually want people to listen to me and be proactive. So if you notice you're having a balding spot or you're thinning, do not wait until it's completely gone. The issue is that you can't get it all the way back. So the sooner you come, the more your response time is. and the less you have to lean on prosthesis.
Look at the top of my head.
You good, man. I don't check you out long time.
I like that term. And no shade. This is me saying this with absolutely no shade, because I believe that women who make themselves look beautiful are beautiful. You're using the energy, but I'm gonna say this anyways. I like you using the word prosthesis when you're talking about hair. You know why? Because negative connotation when legs and arms and body parts. So I want that word to continue when we talk about hair. Yeah. It is the same thing.
It's the same thing.
You're
losing.
I want that same negative connotation because
Meek Mill just went on Instagram and said he's done with wigs because of his sexual experiences with a wig, and it came off during sex. He was like, he's scarred for life. He don't want no more wigs entering up in his place. And it's the, I mean,
people were hollering him up for it, like all the wig wearers.
But and that's why I started with the no shade, and I appreciate. But we have to get to the point where
give her a pair of shades. Though. That was
we have to get to the point where we love who we are without all the stuff. Like I saw Adri the other day, and I don't see you often in public outside of the setting, and you didn't have makeup on. And I loved the fact that you didn't have makeup on, because I thought you look like the kind of person, no offense, who wears makeup even to bed. So I assumed that she would always be absolutely flawless. I'm sorry, I don't want to do, I like, consider it the sombrero linen shade.
Oh my God. Wow. She really sombrero me?
But I figured that, you know, so I want us to be comfortable enough in our prettiness, in our not so pretty phases, that we don't feel that we need all of these things and the prosthesis to make ourselves beautiful.
So where is it, Angel? We go in next show without any makeup on? Anyhow, so on another note, we'll be right back after this commercial break.
At Horizon Catering, we deliver the highest quality food, innovative presentations, and professional services. We know how important catering is to your event, so we cut no corners to ensure a satisfying and memorable event. We can turn your next event from the ordinary to the extraordinary. For the highest quality food, innovative presentations, and professional services, call Horizon Catering at 284-499-2132 or 499-2142. At Blossoms, our floral experts use their creative flair to design beautiful and exotic bouquets. We are the on-island wedding experts, and for boating enthusiasts, we can help you to add a touch of floral elegance, life, and color to your yacht, mega yacht, or super yacht. You can also find a wide variety of silk and dried flower designs, fresh cut flowers, local flowers, tropical blooms, fruit and gourmet baskets, chocolates, balloons, both helium and air-filled, various gift items, and an assortment of plush animals. With a floral experience spanning over 28 years, we have earned a reputation for excellence both locally and internationally. We've even worked with celebrities. At Blossoms, we continue to deliver smiles and watch our customers bloom.
And we're back on another note, and it's time for Real Appeal. So let's talk about it. This, they say, if it's nice, do it twice. If you can't help it, you have to do it 3 times. So here we are.
You just made that up.
I did. Did it go? Join us for poetry night. No, I'm kidding. But we are back at 116 Cherryville in Carrot Bay. And let me tell you, the last time you saw the show, and if you haven't watched our last episode, make sure you go watch season 2, episode 4 right now. Yep. Simply because it was a different location in the very same property. Yep. Where we are now is right settled into the living room area of this gorgeous villa. And when I tell you it's gorgeous, I think it's 2 bedrooms. There's an amazing patio. It's an open space. Ladies, what do you think about the place?
Excellent.
It's perfect for entertaining. It's comfy.
Exactly.
And who would think that it's a container home?
It is a container home. Exactly. So we have Virgin Islanders right here who are thinking outside the box when it comes to even building, the future of what building in BVI can look like. So if the key fits, turn it, because this place is definitely for rent. Long-term, short-term. You can rent it out for parties, entertainment, office, retreats. It is a gorgeous location, a couple minutes away from the beach. And the homeowner, say his name?
Amidro.
Amidro is amazing. Amidro has hands-on done a lot of the work in this place. Yes. So if you haven't heard about it, check it out. Our commercial is coming right up. Don't miss it. This is Real Appeal, and we're right here in Carrot Bay, 116 Cherryville.
Are you looking for a vacation home or event rental space? Sotheby's has the perfect space just for you. Nestled beneath the hillsides in Carrot Bay, 116 Cherryville is a unique 2-bedroom container home complete with Caribbean flair and modern design. Surrounded with plush yard space equipped with ample parking and a beautiful entertainment-worthy outdoor deck with a built-in bar and an upper lookout deck that looks straight across the Caribbean Sea. This beautiful one-of-a-kind villa is steps away from the beach. The space could be yours, whether you desire a vacation rental, purchase of your dream home, or an open space for an event. British Virgin Islands Sotheby's Limited has extraordinary properties for all your real estate needs. Contact us today at 284-340-5552 or visit our website at bvisothebyrealty.com.
On another note, again, awesome episode. Awesome episode. Share lots of information, discuss some interesting topics. I learned a lot about the long one that you said earlier.
Yes, that.
The long thing.
Hair loss.
Alopecia.
Yeah. Thank you. So I'm gonna start wigging it out and all the weaves and
Just reduce the
stroking
tension. No tight styling. You're gonna be good.
that. Okay, cool. Save your edges. Save your edges. On another note, it's saying save your edges. Listen, if you like today's episode, remember to follow us on and like us on Facebook, on Instagram, and our YouTube, OANTalk BVA. Why am I saying this? OANTalk. On another note, BVA, keep tuning in. Tell others, share. We out.
Peace.
Bye. Stay woke. Stay woke.